Warning. This video contains spoilers for the original Digital Devil Story Megami Tensei book, Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne, Devil Survivor, and Persona 5. Guess what I couldn't think of for this video? For this episode of Megami Tensei Demon Lore, I will be covering the Nordic trickster god Loki. At this point, you have definitely at least heard of Loki, whether it be from comics, movie adaptations of comics, or maybe, but probably not, you first heard about him from the Megami Tensei games. Also, I'm sorry if you can hear a buzzing in the background, it would be my fan. It's really hot today. Loki has had 4 major designs in the Megami Tensei games, one being used in most of his appearances originating from Shin Megami Tensei, one from Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner, one from Devil Summoner Soul Hackers, this design was also used in the Devil Survivor games, and one from Persona 5. His design from Shin Megami Tensei depicts him as a long-haired and long-eared purple-skinned man with claws and wearing a cloak. His design from Soul Hackers and Devil Survivor is this, which unfortunately I can't really explain. His design from Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner depicts him as similar to his design from Shin Megami Tensei, but with green hair and scaly skin. And his Persona 5 design has a strange pattern across its whole body, horns coming out of its head, a head shape similar to that of a stereotypical European knight helm, flaming shoes, and a large red sword. Loki has appeared in the following Megami Tensei titles, and brace yourself because this is the most titles a demon I've covered has been in so far. Digital Devil Story Megami Tensei, the original book. The Megami Tensei game developed by Telenet rather than Atlas. Megami Tensei 2, Kyuuyaku Megami Tensei, Shin Megami Tensei, Shin Megami Tensei If, Shin Megami 20XX Devil's Coliseum, Shin Megami Tensei 9, Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne, Shin Megami Tensei Imagine, Shin Megami Tensei Strange Journey, Shin Megami Tensei 4, Shin Megami Tensei 4 Apocalypse, Last Bible, Another Bible, Last Bible 3, Majin Tensei 2, Spiral Nemesis, Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner Soul Hackers, Megami Ibenroku Persona, Persona 2 Innocent Sin, Persona 2 Eternal Punishment, Persona 3, Persona 4, Persona Q, Persona 5, Demi Kids Light/Dark version, Devil Children Fire/Ice version, Devil Children Messiah Riser, Card Summoner, Devil Survivor, and Devil Survivor 2. Loki's compendium entry from Shin Megami Tensei 4 reads, a major Norse deity, known as a trickster who clashes with the other gods. Though his parents are giants and enemies of the gods, he joined the pantheon as Odin's blood brother. Due to his countless evil deeds such as the murder of Balder, he was eventually punished with imprisonment in a cave. He is fated to be released on the day of Ragnarok when the day will end and he will battle the gods. Rather than focus on just one of his important roles, I've decided to focus on several, hence the spoiler warning at the beginning. In the book Digital Devil Story Megami Tensei, Loki is the main antagonist and is summoned by Akemi Nakajima, who is part protagonist, part edgy teenager who is mad at his bullies. Loki later takes physical form and rapes and mortally injures Yumiko Shirasagi, who just happens to be the reincarnation of Izanami. At the end of the book, Nakajima summons Hino Kagetsuchi and uses him to kill Loki. In Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne, Loki is an unrecruitable demon found in Nyx's Lounge, which is a bar located in Ginza. In order to get through the great underpass of Ginza, a mannequin, that's spelt man-I-kin instead of man-E-Quin, tells the demi-fiend that if he can find a 1,000 yen bill, they will show him how to get past the guard that won't let him through. Loki has a 1,000 yen bill in his room, but he won't give it to the demi-fiend unless he can pay him 20 million marker, as human objects are incredibly rare in the Vortex world. The demi-fiend can enter Loki's room through a back entrance where he will have to kill a troll who is Loki's guard. This has consequences later, as if the player goes into the Labyrinth of Amala, you discover that both Loki had to sell the key he was meant to guard to recuperate the losses caused by the demi-fiend's theft, and the grave of Troll. In Persona 5, Loki is the initial persona, or maybe the ultimate persona, of Goro Akechi. It isn't explained that well. Also, if you somehow don't know at this point, yes, Goro Akechi is a villain. See, this is why I put up a spoiler warning. Loki has a unique ability to induce states of rage and psychosis, and in the battle against Goro Akechi, he uses this ability on a Cerberus and Cuckoo land, and then later on himself, becoming the Black Mask, which bears a slight resemblance to Joker from Persona 2 Innocent Sin. Loki's unique ability is also the source of the epidemic of sudden psychotic breakdowns and assaults within Tokyo. In Devil Survivor, Loki disguises himself as a human, which the dialogue boxes refer to as Gigolo. Gigolo's knowledge of the demon world helps the protagonist a few times throughout the game. In the desperate escape ending, Gigolo appears and berates the protagonist for attempting to escape the lockdown instead of fighting for the Throne of Bel. If the player doesn't felt Belial because they didn't save Haru, he will also call the protagonist a failure for dropping out. He then reveals his true form and attacks the player's party. In the Kingdom of Saints ending, when the protagonist and Naoya are fighting, Loki appears and joins in for his own amusement. Also, his voice actor in Devil Survivor Overclocked is the same guy that voiced Junpei from Persona 3. I just thought that was a little interesting. An interesting fact about Loki is that he is the ultimate persona of the Full Arcana in Persona 4, and fusion for him unlocks when the player gains access to the normal ending route, which maxes out the full social link. Loki also holds the most powerful ice skill in the game, Niflheim.